2.
Hey everybody, Sam Kavaris in the Nimnik Sports Update powered by Budweiser. The Jaguars fall to the Texans, and it's now their 11th loss in their last 14 games. Certainly not good, and they're 3-8 this year with a Monday night game coming up against San Diego. The way the Jaguars played, though, was so disheartening because, again, despite missing all those starters on defense and all the guys on injured reserve, the defense played well enough for the Jaguars to win. They scored some points for the first time in 51 games, and yet the Jaguars offense only scores 6 points on the 2 Josh Scobie field goals. Marcedes Lewis drops a ball in the end zone, and he's so wide open, and it's right to him that you wonder about concentration and reps in practice and all those different things, and he was kind of fighting it rather than trying to catch it. But those are the things that happen to a team when things are going bad. Even your good players can't make the routine plays that you expect them to make. And that's where the Jaguars are looking at what's happening in terms of it's always some breakdown somewhere. Offensive line, quarterback, running back, picking up blitzes, or wide receivers just not getting open. We do know that the Jaguars wide receivers, in fact, there's not a single receiver on the team, despite how much money they gave to Mike Thomas, who probably would make any other team in the National Football League. And Blaine Gabbert has struggled and struggled more in the game against the Texans, I thought, yesterday, particularly with the 6 sacks, and just kind of ducking out of there and being skittish. And I don't know if, part of that, I mean, his reputation around the league is that he doesn't want to be hit. He's soft. But that can be overcome if he has a better command of the offense, more confidence in offensive line, more confidence in getting out of certain plays, understanding where the hot reads are better. Maybe that's what you hope will happen to Gabbert as things progress for him. I didn't like the end game situation for the Jaguars. Luke McCown comes in, gets a field goal, gets him coming downfield, completes 3rd and 25, but they now have 4th and 2. And when asked afterwards, Jack Del Rio said he asked Dirk Cutter whether or not he wanted a timeout there or not, and Cutter said no. So they just went for it on a, they had single coverage across the board. I know they thought they had the right play called, and they just didn't execute. But you know what? A play like that's got to have more than one option. And I mean, the ball falls meekly to the ground. Mike Thomas just, can't get it. It's 2 weeks in a row that Mike Thomas has been standing there, and they try to throw the ball to him, and he hasn't been able to make the play. Nor did the quarterback make a play either. It's also, if Jack Del Rio is going to say that about Dirk Cutter wanted that, then why didn't he consult with Cutter when it came to replacing the quarterback? If he's got such an input as the offensive coordinator, something's not right there. Something doesn't happen. Something's wrong with the chain of command. And if you're the head coach and you're standing on the sideline, come on, you got to have a feel for the game. And Jack has that. And I'm just so surprised that he just didn't override him and say, look, let's have a timeout here, talk it over, figure out what's going on. Nonetheless, it all happened the way it happened, and the Jaguars fall. They're now 3-8. The Monday night game, which you can see on Channel 4 a week from Monday, and then a game at home against Tampa Bay, and then the last home game of the year is against Indianapolis on New Year's Day. So the Jaguars have 5 games remaining. They are officially eliminated from trying to win the AFC South, but boy, saving some face and professional pride would go a long way for a lot of these players this year. I felt like I watched about 20 hours of bad football between Gainesville and Jacksonville over the weekend, but Florida State does come up with the win, and you wonder, Will Muschamp better have some things in his pocket for next year, because their prospects don't look good going forward. And we really don't know the whole schedule either right now because of the changes that are happening in the conference. Keep you updated on all that, the Urban Meyer situation as well, right here. And you can follow us live streaming on Channel 4 at news4jax.com. I'm Sam Kavaris. That's the Nimnik Sports Update, powered by Budweiser.